back in the house, family, with another video. And what we're going to be talking about in this video is a new dating trend that has been going on. And a lot of the Generation Z crowd tend to date this way. And, you know, I'm sitting back and I'm laughing because women are upset that guys are not taking them out on fancy dates anymore. And guys are not splurging on them, kind of going through the whole courting process. And most of us fellas know the reason as to why that is. Because many men have tried this process and come to find out, not in all cases, but women were taking advantage of these guys, doing things like foodie calls or entertaining men, knowing that they're not interested in that man romantically, if you will. So guys said enough of that, and guys are keeping things a little bit lighter, going out to a bar just for drinks, or inviting girls out on a coffee date. But as we know, most of the ladies aren't happy about this because they think that they deserve special treatment. Well, ladies used to get special treatment when they were behaving like ladies. But now the game has changed and there's a new type of dating that is emerging, and some women are really mad about it. Without further ado, let's get into it. Shout out to all my day ones and everybody that's hitting that subscribe button. Let's get it, family.
Please tell me if I'm wrong, but I've consulted 3 whole people on this, and they all told me that I was right for leaving. I was supposed to go on a Starbucks date. This is what I was getting. I don't drink coffee. Anyway, we met on the apps, and I'm back on the apps, unfortunately. And this guy, very attractive, he says he likes to do instant dates. So since it's Bumble, I have to message him first. So I was like, what is an instant date? And he goes, let's meet tomorrow. This was Tuesday. I was working, so we were going to meet today. I get there like 10 minutes early. I'm chilling in my car, and I see what I think is him pull up like across from me, and he doesn't move. So I go to the Bumble, and he messaged me, and he's like, are you here? And I was like, yeah, I'm chilling in my car. And I wave through my windshield at him. He's looking at me, and I wave, and he doesn't wave back. He gets out of his car, starts walking towards the Starbucks, like past my car. He has to pass my car to get to the door. And so I'm getting out of my car because he didn't stop at my car or anything. And so I'm getting out to go say like hello and stuff. And he like closed the door in my face. So then he's already sitting down. He's sitting down like when I get inside Starbucks, right? And like I wave there also like while he's sitting down. And he just kind of looks at me funny. And then I'm like, well, maybe this is the wrong person, right? So I go to the line, and I'm ordering my drink. And while I'm ordering my drink, I'm on Bumble, like trying to see if this is the right person. So I'm looking at him, and I look at him, and it's him. So he doesn't come up over to me at all in the line either. Then I'm waiting for my drink. He doesn't come over there while I'm waiting for my drink. And at that point, I've been in the Starbucks because they were busy for like 10 minutes. And with nothing. Silence. Like, I've tried to talk to you twice. You shut a door in my face. And then you didn't speak to me. You're already sitting down. Like, you didn't come up to me or anything. So I get my drink and I walk past him. I go to my car. I get in my car. I go to Bumble so I could be like, that was fucking rude. Like, you wasted my time. And he was like, well, you have a good day too. What? I don't think I'm wrong for leaving. Let me know. Because I feel like I have like crazy high standards, but like that was like the bare minimum and you failed. Right? Okay, thanks.
So now that everybody has been brought up to speed on the new dating trend that has been going on for a little while, truth be told, let me first start by, oh yes, this is nothing more than a result of men feeling like they are wasting their time going through the dating and mating and courting process with some of you women out there due to the fact that y'all be out here playing games. So this is what men have turned around and been doing for a little while. Now, back to the young lady that we just saw there on the screen. She mentioned that she is back on the dating apps. I wonder why that is. She mentioned that the gentleman that she was trying to, build some kind of connection with, or at least get noticed by, was very attractive. So, more than likely, she was shooting above her shot. And she even mentioned that she had crazy high standards. This viral TikTok gets even better.
What was the point? What was the point of asking her to come out in the first place? Now, one idea that I had is that maybe he didn't speak to her because he probably felt catfish, which is still not even a good reason. It's very superficial. But sometimes you'll see a person on their profile and they'll look like this, but then you see them in person and they just don't exactly match. And men, for some men, it's very important. But if that was the case, he could have been a man and just walked up to her and said, "Hey, I don't want to do the date. Thank you for coming out. I'm gonna buy your drink out of courtesy, whatever." He could have been, you know what I'm saying? Other people were saying that in the comments, and she came back with a response fast as hell.
To you goofy men in my comments saying that I don't look like my pictures, what are you talking about? Blonde braids, nose ring, thick. Get a life.
Okay, yeah, it matches. That's not catfish, bro. That was on point. So like the rest of you, I'm like, damn.
Slow down, slow down. Now, the reason why I chose that dude to highlight exactly what I'm talking about is that most people don't understand this concept of what an instant date actually is. And when you talk about why a man might have decided to go there and then leave, a lot of men are tired of going through the process, wasting their time, especially when women don't really look like their photos. So just like that man jumped to not understanding the concept of what this dating process actually is, she looks exactly like her photos, and you're like, well, hold on for a second. When she was sitting up there, explaining what actually happened on this date to her, when she was sitting in the car, you see the long extension braids type of thing. I guess you can call that the Jamel Hill type of look. Then you also combine that with the nose piercing. And really, guys, when they see a girl who has a nose piercing like that, whether we communicate it to you or not, you're kind of looked at as just sex, right? Then she shows up in the full frame, and you're kind of saying to yourself, was she a little bit of a catfish? Was she not? In my personal opinion, more than likely what happened is he saw everything right here. And, shout out to her, but she mentioned that she was thick, but she's a little bit porky in some places. I'm not trying to be rude or anything. I can say pleasantly plump, but it's really still going to equal the same thing. And a lot of times guys can't really separate that until we see you in person. So essentially it is a little bit of a catfish, where dudes, we don't have that type of ability. So as you go further down these photos, yeah, that's the picture of her being in the car, right? In my personal opinion, maybe it could be the black clothing, but she looks a little bit more like, let's just go 10 pounds lighter in this particular photo. So he could have saw that and then said, yo, it's kind of like smash or pass. And he said, what if I invite her out something light? I look at her and everything is good. I would smash. But then she might show up looking like this, and he's like, what? Pass.
So like the rest of you, I'm like, damn, then what's the problem? If you weren't catfished, what is it? And guys, I went to the comments and I learned something that's going to be new to all of us. That's what instant dating is. It's basically like they show up. If they don't like what you look like, they're just going to ignore you and leave. What? Is this what we're doing now, guys? Is the instant dating? This girl says, oh, that's instant dating? She said, yep, it happened to me before I got with my husband. And the dude looked at me and said, are you stupid? When I walked up to him, and he was like, this is an instant date. You didn't make the cut. Next, he got my drink in his face.
Now, I know a lot of you are confused, but now you really fully understand what this concept is. And some people will look at it and be like, yo, this is a complete waste of time. But depending on where you live, these things are very popular. And that's what Generation Z actually is. Generation Z, there's really no way to describe them. In some cases, they are very passive, maybe a little wimpy, but in other cases, they are brutal when it comes to just doing things that you may not fully understand. And this is what a lot of Generation Z people are doing. A lot of the Generation Z dudes that have the ability to really attract women, they are not messing around with you. They are not taking you out to dinner dates, wasting their time. If they don't know what you look like, if they really not into you, if they don't really think that you're worth putting that time in, even initially. But keep in mind, this is a result of what men have gone through and what modern women have turned the dating market into. It is what it is. Cause and effect. He looked at Shorty and said, "What are you doing? Are you stupid? You didn't make the cut." Now she had to do something a little bit outlandish by pouring a drink in his face, because we know women cannot stand rejection. And that was public rejection, so you know she lost it.
Bro, you didn't make the easy. Bro, what? Wow. Guys, tell me this ain't true. Is this what we're doing now? Is this common? So I went to go look it up on and see if there was anyone else talking about it. And there is.
Did you know there's now something called instant dating?
No.
Where people show up for the dates, and if they don't care for what they see, they put in no effort and they simply bounce. I'm so done. I'm so done with all
We
this.
are too.
Excuse me, ma'am. You don't really have that many options. Now, this guy, good luck to him. Jesus be with you. I don't know what's going on with that look. But let me explain the concept a little further. What this is a dating process that's quick and fast to see if, you know, like I said, if it's smash or pass, should I entertain you? Do you even look like your photos? Is it worth my time? This form of dating is very popular in big metropolitan cities. I live in a city like Atlanta currently. I'm from New York. This young lady, this happened to her in Chicago. I guess in LA, this can happen too, but it has to be big metropolitan cities. So how do you play this game? For instance, if you live in Midtown Atlanta, right? Usually you would meet a girl online or one of these dating apps, you click with her, but it's extremely low level activity. It is not meant to be fancy. You don't have to put on your best clothing, a whole bunch of makeup. It's meant to be extremely simple. So if I live in Midtown, I can do this with somebody who lives in like Lower Buckhead, somebody who lives downtown Old Fourth Ward. Would I do this with somebody if I lived in Midtown who lives in College Park, East Point area? No. So it is something that is extremely popular, but think about hyper local. And in closing, one thing you have to understand is that this is a result to what the dating economy has become in this country. It could be a waste of time for men. So men are saying, you know what, we're going to keep it light and simple. And if a woman doesn't want to agree to that, that's really going to be on her. But what we saw in the earlier video, please keep this in mind, is that more than likely that girl couldn't keep herself in a relationship. It didn't work out, so now she's back on these dating apps. And if you look at numbers, you know, women only find a certain percentage of men attractive on these dating apps. So you heard her mention that, you know, this guy was very attractive. She shot somewhere way above where she was supposed to be shooting. She goes to Starbucks, even though she's trying to keep it light. This guy looks at her and he's like, yeah, maybe that black dress photo, but every time you're wearing them jeans, nah, it ain't popping like that. And in this concept, what you are having is dudes are like, yo, look, I'm keeping pushing. And, you know, this is just the way it is. And women are going to have to come around to that concept. But let's be honest, some of these younger girls, they doing the same shit. But it's funny how women are now trying to complain that men are wasting their time when women have been going out there, wasting men's time, going on dates, foodie calls, knowing that they're not romantically interested in these dudes. And then when you flip the circumstances on them, they're all upset. Until next time, family, let me know your thoughts. I'm out. Peace.